Amazing.
Just so you, it is lit.
This is amazing.
It's lit.
I love this.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Dr. Sasai, is this our last coffee with the principal for the school year?
It is our last one of the year, I believe. Can we get a confirmation of that?
Confirmation.
Okay,
I believe it is.
So I am right now living out my broadcasting dreams. So if I was not an educator, my plan was to be a broadcaster. So you could have seen me on Channel 7 News had I not chosen a path in education. So welcome, everyone. I'm Dr. Sasai, the proud principal of Walker Junior High School.
And I'm Poppy Hill-Bonales, proud principal of Kennedy High School. If you were at Kennedy's Coffee with the Principal last time, the first time we debuted these fancy mics, then you already know this little tidbit of information. But those of you who weren't there, I wanted to let you know that Kennedy High School's own fabrication class students created this little box. They 3D printed them, and they are customized to this. So an incredible synergy.
Are they taking custom orders too?
Yeah, they actually are taking custom orders.
This is amazing.
Having them make keychains.
I think I'm going to keep this forever, and I'm going to walk around with this, even if there's no purpose to it. I'm still walking around with this. So this box, the square.
The box is what was created.
So this was 3D printed. That's amazing. I actually have a real microphone that I carry around with my little boombox. I don't think, David, do you know what a boombox is? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So
what about a Walkman?
Do you know what a Walkman is? Do you know what a Walkman is? Guardians of the Galaxy, is that why you know? Okay. Just making sure. So anyway,
Dr. Sasai, you have some important business to take care of,
I have our PTSA Honorary Service Award. So I am going to go ahead and invite our Walker PTSA president up, Mrs. Angela Hernandez, who's going to come up. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with our Honorary Service Award. So this is going to be, we would like to congratulate Mrs. Lidia Puente. She doesn't know, it's a surprise. So come on. So she has been a wonderful addition to Walker Junior High School as our family and community engagement specialist. She always goes above and beyond, tirelessly helping students and families connect the resources they need. Not only does she make herself available, she lends her ear and offers her experiences when students and parents need advice. Lydia is willing to go the extra mile, and she does it with a warm and welcoming smile. Her belief in engaging our community of parents and students has made a huge difference in the level of participation we have seen at our recent events. Thank you, Lydia, for caring about our community here at Walker and Kennedy. And thank you for believing that the truest way to connect our students to their school is through their families and community. Congratulations. Okay. Let's take a picture. Hold on. Put this one down for a second and give you your award. And then in here, it has the invitation for the. Okay, so let's go like this. So hold that. And then, Angela, you want to. Congratulations, Lydia. I have one more award. This is for our Continuing Service Award. So congratulations to Mrs. Sandy Loth. So Sandy thought she was coming to help us today. And I was like, we need to do this at the beginning so she doesn't have an excuse for leaving us. So thank you for your genuine connections you build with our students and family. Previously, she was our front office assistant, and now she's newly retired, but you wouldn't know it because she's here to help us. Sandy continues to come back and volunteer. She enjoys meeting with former students and makes time to help with activities and events. Sandy has always had the best intentions, interests of our students and the school at heart, and deeply cares about their successes. You can often find her in the office helping to prep materials for the staff or engaging with the students and parents to connect to the resources they need. She has been a big supporter of PTA and has been an asset to communicating with our community and participation at our events. Congratulations, Sandy. Thank you. Here you go. Here you go. That's why I had to get you here. Okay, let's do this. Okay. All right, let's look here. Come on, Angela. Okay, well, here, I'll stand on the side. There you go. She's got to be the middle. Okay, congratulations.
So much.
A big round of applause for our two recipients. So Kennedy will present their HSA awards at the end of our coffee chat. Oh, yes.
Update.
Oh,
We're
not
actually going to do it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to do it now.
Late breaking
Change of plans.
update. Yeah, change of plans. Got to go with the flow. Can I get a member of our Kennedy PTSA up here to help with the certificates? Thank you. Thank you. Maybe we need multiple people. I don't know. They're coming up. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay, so our first honorary service award recipient is parent Maria Torres Wong. All right. Here is what you have to stand up here while we read about you. So Maria Torres Wong has made significant strides to bridge the language barrier between our Spanish-speaking parents and our English-speaking parents so that we can effectively work together to provide a welcoming environment for our families. She has been active in both the Walker and Kennedy school communities to learn what the needs of our schools are and has attended the district-wide Parent Leadership Academy, Parent Summit, and is a parent ambassador. She is always there to volunteer and lend a hand. We need more parents like Maria. Here is your amazing certificate, your pin, honor, and why are we not handing me the right ones? Okay, there we go. Congratulations. There we go. Hang on to that. Okay. Where can someone take that pic? I know. We're a little disorganized.
Well, because we're going to be at the end.
We're going to be at the end. Okay. Next, this is the one we were trying to go before. Is this one right here? Okay, we're good. All right. It's Julia Mandeville. I would like to nominate Julia for the very special award because she is truly a remarkable and selfless individual. That is true. She consistently goes above and beyond, always willing to help others and share her innovative ideas to improve our community. Julia makes herself available, whether it's assisting with PTA events, contributing to the choir, or lending a hand wherever needed. She is deeply involved in so many aspects of life at Kennedy, and her positive attitude is contagious, inspiring everyone around her. Julia's dedication, passion, and willingness to make a difference to make her a true superhero at Kennedy, and she deserves to be recognized for all the incredible work she does. Amazing. All right. I know I'm probably on the wrong side, Mr. Perfect Picture. I apologize. Thank you. To add to your collection. All right. Next up is, let's see if I have Alexandra Fung. Is Alexandra here? Okay. I'm going to read this really quickly about Alexandra in her absence. Alexandra has been instrumental in establishing the Kennedy mock trial team. As our attorney coach, Alexandra has dedicated numerous hours to helping the team analyze the cases and craft their prosecution and defense arguments each year. She has attended after-school and Saturday practices, helping each student, attorney, and witness perfect their role. She has exhibited patience and kindness as the students took risks with trying out new theories for the case and help them rewrite their opening and closing speeches, sometimes on the bus on the way to competitions. She is truly a role model of civic engagement for Kennedy students. Incredible, Alexandra. All right. So our next friend, I apologize because it was me that got to write this one. And I was an English teacher in my former life, so I apologize. It's Mr. David Hernandez, our Kennedy Faces. It really is too long. You guys, I don't know. I probably need a sip of water first. All right. David has revitalized family and community engagement at Kennedy High School since his arrival January 2024. Recognizing the school's esteemed reputation, he has fostered strong relationships with staff, parents, students, and community leaders. His efforts, take it from Mom. His efforts have culminated in the grand reopening of the Family and Community Engagement Center, a testament to his collaborative approach. You need to do this, your little. He has successfully united diverse groups, including PTSA, parent ambassadors, and the Korean Parent Organization, learning Korean a little bit, overcoming language barriers, and fostering inclusivity. He has forged crucial partnerships with our community partners. Again, this is really too long, so I'm trying to cut it. He actively engages in the community. He attends La Palma Foundation meetings on our behalf and talks through the systems and structures and ways that La Palma Foundation can support both Kennedy and Walker incredibly. And he actively seeks ways to further expand his role to directly support students, demonstrating his ongoing commitment to our students' well-being. He just recently came to me and said, I want to get more involved. What can I coach? What can I do? And it's like, that's David in a nutshell. So, David. That's for Mom. All right, next up is teacher, and I don't think she's here, but it's Mrs. Tamara Aiden. She is an exceptional educator who demonstrates profound commitment to her students' well-being and success. She fosters nurturing and caring supportive environment where each student feels valued and cared for. High school is a challenging time, but Mrs. Aiden's classroom is always a source of excitement and inspiration. Her lessons are engaging, and she often shares personal stories that make the learning more enjoyable. The classroom itself is warm, inviting, filled with books, a coloring wall, fairy lights, and her ever-present smile, creating an atmosphere where students temporarily set aside their concerns and focus on learning. Mrs. Aiden is not only a great listener, but also celebrates the achievements of her students, creating an environment where both challenges and successes are acknowledged. Her influence is a significant factor in this person's pursuit of a liberal arts studies major and aspiring to become a teacher who, like Miss Aiden, will make the world more meaningful. Pretty awesome. All right, that's our HSA awards. Now on to our presentation.
Congratulations to everyone. That's so exciting. We couldn't do what we do without all of our volunteers. So thank you to each and every one of you for being here today and those of you joining us online. So let's just give one more big round of applause to all our winners, both at Kennedy and Walker. Okay, so today's topic, I know that some of you have already been asking, when is registration? Mm-hmm. So we want to share with you some information today about registration. So just again, let's see. I am Dr. Sasai. Miss Puente, our faces was right over here. She's going to be joining us to tell us a little bit more about the ARIES process. David, are you interpreting the whole time? Okay, gotcha. So, and then you all know Miss Hill-Bonales and the favorite son back there, David Hernandez. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Miss Puente right now, who's going to tell us a little bit more about data confirmation. And our registrar at Walker, her name is Maria Villagrana. So if you have any questions about registration at Walker, that's who you will contact.
And then at Kennedy, you're going to contact Gladys Rodriguez is who you're going to contact at Kennedy.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Miss Puente, who's going to tell us a little bit more.
Oh, share your microphone. Thank you. Yes. So, thank you. So every year we have registration, data confirmation, and I always get this question, right? It's like, I don't get it. What, can you explain registration to me? It's a long process. And there we go. Here at AUHSD, our registration process has 3 steps. The first step you guys already did is remember in January and February when your kids got the card where you were able to go through the classes with them and have them choose their class request for the next year. That usually happens in January, February. The second step is coming very soon. It's data confirmation. It's usually in April through August. We do ask that you do that as soon as possible. So that's when you go in the computer and you confirm your address and your contacts and the ways to you go through and acknowledge all the AUHSD policies. We ask that you do it as soon as possible because that allows us to move on to the next phase through the computer. You guys don't see that part, but we get to see that part. And we usually work with the registrars to do that. If you need help because of a language preference or because of anything like that, David, myself, and Yoon-hee are available to support you guys in different languages. If you need another language, we can find someone else to help you. And then the last one, the last phase 3, you should already have like an idea of what the classes are going to be, your stuff in the computers already, as we move into in-person registration. That's usually the last week like of July or the first week of August. It's usually 1 to 2 weeks before the new school year. So I know a lot of you guys plan vacations. So if we could not plan vacations during that time, that would be great because that's usually when we hand out textbooks sometimes, Chromebooks. We talk about, you get a idea of what your children's classes are going to look like. You have the opportunity to speak to a counselor. So all of that gets done that way. So on the first day of school, your kids are ready to go. Some schools do IDs. And during that time, from David and I, please stop by our tables because you get your family key card, which is how the district asks us to help parents check into events. We are working on it. It's an ongoing process. It's not perfect for us here, but we're really working on it. But that allows us to link you to all the 5-star activities that your students do. And that is supposed to help us create a seamless process between your participation. And for example, at Walker, we give 5-star points, which is positive rewards for the students and so forth. And that lets us link all of that together. So why is it important? Data confirmation helps our schools with updating information about household, collecting important demographic information about our families, and income qualifications or state programs. This is really important because it asks you to verify your family's income there. That's how the district determines whether, the California is giving you free and reduced lunch, but there's other programs that are dependent on that. Like, for example, AP tests, PTSA, there's like some waivers and some vouchers so that you pay less for those tests for the PTSA the SAT or the PSAT, thank you. The PSAT, SATs, all of those things are connected to this. Sometimes in the community, we have like lower internet cost and so forth. All of that is based on the income. So we ask you to please fill out that question because that is how all that's going to get linked. And it also helps with funding for the schools. For example, if we have Title I funding for families that are lower income, all of that gets routed through that. So you don't have to fill out another form. So we ask that please participate in that. So once you're on your student ARIES account, traditionally what's going to happen is we make it easier. And down here in the lower half, we didn't have a copy of it, but down in the lower half, it says you have not completed data confirmation. Please click here. But if that does not show up, you're going to go to your left-hand tab. You're going to look for student information and then data confirmation. And that is a self-guided program. It'll go from one screen to the next. It's about 8 screens. Shouldn't take you more than 10, 15 minutes. And again, we ask that you do it as soon as possible because that allows us to move into class assignment and the rest of the registration process. Our registrars are the ones that head that. But again, if you need help, myself, David, and you here are available to support you. So so now I'm going back to the principal so that they can help with our upcoming events.
Okay, thanks so much, Lydia, for sharing with us information about registration. So we're going to share with you in just a little bit the dates for registration so you do have them. Just some upcoming events. As you know, there are only 20 some odd days. I don't count. I just see other people who have these countdowns going. So there's 20 something odd days left of the school year, if you can believe that. It feels like we just started school yesterday. So LCAP, that's our local control accountability plan. That is, remember, if you think about it, that's what helps guide our decision making as a district and as our schools. So that final meeting is from 6 to 7:30 at the district office. From 5 to 6, they will be serving tacos and there will be entertainment. So we really encourage you to come out for that. There will also be a paint night that the PTSA is hosting on the 7th. Our 8th grade breakfast will be coming up. We have many 8th grade events coming up. And then at Walker, there's a reclassification ceremony that's coming up on the 9th. Okay, so we also have our 8th grade dance that is special for the 8th graders. It is am I allowed to share the theme, PTSA? So it's a Hollywood theme. So all of the end of the year activities at Walker, the theme is Hollywood. So the students get dressed up, the 8th graders get dressed up, and we have a special dance for them. I'll turn it over to Kennedy for the pursuit of excellence.
And I want to just go back to the previous slide to still in April, because if you're not aware, I want to make you aware about an incredible thing that's happening this coming Monday. I think it's April 22nd. Is that Monday's date? Is it? There's a flyer for it, but I don't think it was back on the other.
No, it wasn't on there. Maybe it's I think
go forward, the flyer there. Okay, I want to make sure that you see this. So this is really open to all families, but particularly if you have a student that's in our IB film class at Kennedy High School, our students submitted their film to be presented in our IB Film Festival. There's also a district festival as well. Many of the students submitted their film in both, but we wanted you to know this is just Kennedy students. There are 10 films. They're short films. Don't worry, you're not watching 10 hour and a half. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, no, it's not a full day event. It's going to take about an hour and a half. So at 6 p.m., starting at 6 p.m., we have a green carpet. Have to be a green carpet, right? Green carpet experience. There'll be a photo opportunity for our filmmakers to take pictures with their friends and their family. And there's also light appetizers that is being catered by our culinary students. So a true Kennedy experience that you'll be able to have on Monday evening. And then at 6:30 p.m., so that 30-minute green carpet and appetizers, again, it's free. And then at 6:30 p.m., our films will start. Our filmmakers will introduce their films, talk a little bit about their film, and then we'll be able to see their film. Their films range from anywhere from like minute and a half to 6 minutes or so. 7 minutes is the longest one. And so they have, even in a minute, you can get a film story in there, even in a minute. So
now, would this be a good opportunity for like Walker families to see like what IB is about and just what the future can hold?
So it's a great showcase, especially if your student is into any of that, like filmmaking, they have that interest. This would be a great opportunity to see the potential of what they could be doing. So if you go back a little bit, so this is an incredible event. This is both a morning and an evening event on May 19th. So our underclassmen, 9th through 11th grade, have a Kennedy Pursuit of Excellence Awards that takes place in the morning, where our 9th through 11th grade students are receiving their academic awards. And then in the evening, our seniors are receiving their awards. I think we are honoring over 200 seniors in the evening. All the things from being scholar athletes to academically achieving to IB diploma candidates to the seal of biliteracy. So all of these incredible accolades that our class of 2025 have earned, we are honoring students that night. So we're very excited about that. Walker's last day of school
is on the 22nd. It's a Thursday. Now, remember, district-wide, we do not have what's called a promotion. So I want to make sure everybody knows we do not have a ceremony. Rather, on the last day, we have a PTSA-sponsored assembly, and the students have a party. So they have activities, but they are going, their big event is when they become seniors at Kennedy. So I just want to make sure that you all are aware. We do a clap out at the end of the day. So you can clap for your 8th graders, and then we'll have photos that you can take out in the field. But I just want to let you know, please don't invite your relatives from out of town. We don't have a ceremony, okay? But they do have a lot of fun on that day.
And when do they get their certificates of promotion?
They get their
day?
certificates the previous day. So we send them home 7th period the previous day. So on the last day of school, they should not be bringing anything, because we have inflatables, there's food for them, there's a lot of fun things, activities for them. So they should be dressing up, they should become in clothes that they can run around in, and then they'll get their certificates the day before, just because then they don't have to have them with them.
And then you'll notice that May 22nd is the last day of school. That's the last day of school for Kennedy as well. However, Kennedy this year is the very last graduation. So we are the next day, May 23rd, that's Friday at 2 p.m. And that's at Handel Stadium. Yeah, let's hope it's not super hot. I don't know. 2 p.m. It sounds like it's probably going to be hot. So yeah, maybe May gloom will hit. So that's 2 p.m. It's 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Our seniors, Mr. Howe is going in. He's in charge of graduation. He's the assistant principal in charge of graduation. He is going into senior classes, so both government and economics classes, starting next week, I believe, to talk through the process for graduation, all of the senior dates that are coming up. There's a lot of stuff coming up for seniors, and then what it will look like tickets. So everybody that attends graduation for Kennedy is a ticketed guest. Each senior will receive 7 tickets. That's how much handle can hold. And so each senior will receive 7 tickets, just so you
start
know.
planning
That's word
how
on
many,
the
what
street.
those 7
Yeah,
people you're inviting.
Start thinking that through. And yeah, and Mr. Howe, if you have any questions about graduation and any of kind of those finer details, Mr. Howe is a great person to reach out to.
You can email him at HOWE_J at AUHSD.US, and he'll get right back to you.
You can also just send him funny memes too through that. I'm just kidding.
And don't try to bribe him. He can't give you extra
No, he
tickets.
can't. Yeah.
Just so you know, that's not going to happen. Okay, so let's see.
Okay, so over here, this is us right here. So the question becomes, since seniors during that last week of school they don't do a lot of learning that last week of school. They have a lot of senior events that last week of school. And so that means that seniors are taking their finals for their classes. So their final grades have to be submitted prior to graduation, because we need to know who's earned the right to walk. So all of this has to be done prior. And so seniors are taking their finals Wednesday, May 14th. And Thursday, May 15th, just so you have that. And for anybody who might need summer school, that for students that might need some remediation, we have 2 sessions of summer school. Session 1, June 2nd through June 13th. So you know, if your student's in that situation, hopefully at this point there's been contact, because I know we're creating those lists. So this would not be a good window for vacations, for family vacations, because those students need to remediate. Session 2 is June 16th through June 27th, but there is no school on June 19th. That is a federal holiday.
And remember, our rising 8th graders, some of your 7th graders now signed up for health this summer.
Yes,
so
for
they will find out, they should know what session they are in. If you don't know, or you have questions about that summer health class, so that they can take an additional elective in the fall, reach out to our counselors. Our rising 9th graders also have that option of taking a health class over the summer too, so they will know what session they are in as well.
Some of our students are doing summer school for health, which is not remediation, and some of them are also doing summer school for an ethnic studies graduation requirement as well. So some of them are fitting it in there in the summer, and it might be because their schedule during the school year is so impacted, especially some of our ID diploma students, or maybe our students who are involved in multiple activities like choir and band takes up 2 periods in the day sometimes. And so they need that room in their schedule, and they have to find ways to fit in those requirements.
So they take this advancement class. So it's always a good opportunity for them. Okay, so here's our Walker Junior High School registration dates. So we make sure to work together with Kennedy's so that we don't conflict. So that Kennedy's is actually, I believe, the week before. So Kennedy will do their registration, and then we'll do ours. Now, remember, at our school at Walker, we only have 2 grades, so it's easier. We do it by alphabet. So if you have 2 children and you have a 7th grader and an 8th grader, you can bring them at the same time. Please do bring them, because we do take our school photos for yearbook and our ID photos at registration. So bring them along. So we have 3 dates. It is by alphabetical order. So we will be, this will be in our Sunday memo. It's online. Yes.
So theoretically, if you're not here on the day day of your assigned letter,
You can come a different, yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Yes, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. We just spread it out so that you're not waiting. We don't want to have it be impacted where you have to wait in line. You should be in and out very quickly. We have stations. Usually the longest line is for that school photo, but it's very efficient. Okay,
All right, and
Kennedy.
here is Kennedy, and we are trying to do things about the line. When you're in line, just remember lines build character and grit. I don't know.
Resilience?
Yeah, resilience. A, l- a lot of really important life skills are built while being in line. Okay, so what we realized last year is that there was not a lot of line for our 11th and 12th graders, and some of that was because they don't need PE uniforms at that point, right? So there's less stations for those groups to
Okay.
go to. So we've combined our 11th and 12th graders to one day. So that's July 23rd. It's a Wednesday. So if you're a parent of a rising senior or a rising junior, you can come at any time between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. What I'll tell you is at 8 a.m., because it's early, it's pretty good. Around 10:30
Is when they wake up.
is when the children roll out of bed in the summer, and it gets busy. The lines start to form, and you feel
Wake them
it.
up early.
Yeah, and you feel it, and you're like, oh my gosh, we got to move this line, but there's just really nothing to do. There are going to be about 10 stations. The students, depending on need, don't have to go to every single station. The first station is the check-in, where they'll get their schedule. They also are taking their photo for yearbook. So, like, they should brush their hair that day.
That'd be good. I'll wear the pajamas.
Yeah, I mean, or whatever, if that's the look.
That's fine.
And then Thursday is our sophomores. They have their dedicated day. One of the reasons is because our sophomores are still taking PE unless they're in athletics. They might need more PE uniforms. Like there's an extra station where they might need things. And then our freshmen need everything. And so they need their dedicated day. The freshman day is a busy day. So they have their own dedicated day. That's July 25th. And then that following Monday, we have a makeup day for all grades. There's not going to be set up stations. There is going to be just directions for our families that do have to come on that makeup day to go to the offices, and we'll be supporting in offices. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week, set up days, balloons, the whole nine. Monday, a little sadder affair, but we'll get you registered. The one thing that I do want to say is one of the longest lines every day is the line at the activities window to buy stuff. So that is the line that is the longest every single day, regardless of 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. And all of that stuff can be pre-purchased online using a credit card. Now,
Do it online.
There's a slight fee. I will tell you, the credit card, because they have to pay to be able to have access and all of that. The district does charge a slight fee. You might decide, I'm going to wait in line because I don't want to pay that fee. You're not the boss of me. But you might also decide, my time is more valuable than that whatever percent it is, and you're going to go ahead and pay the fee. I'm a lazy person. I would just pay the fee. But that's like you guys decide. But that is the line. And I will say our families do get frustrated in that line. And there's plenty of you can pay ahead of time and you don't even have to wait in this line. This is an optional line. So just kind of keep that in mind. That stuff will start coming out. It'll come out through Parent Square. It'll come out direct to students. It'll come out to families. You'll see that. There will be links to be able to see everything that you can purchase online. You can even purchase PE clothes if you're a rising 9th grader and 10th grader, cut out a lot of the waiting that you have to do. All right.
Well, that is the end of our presentation. So we will open it up for any questions or comments that you might have.
And then I think we have some flyers after that we'll go through too, but we did that.
Flyers of what you just shared.
This is, if you go back, this is already coming out in our Sunday letter. This is
And
there,
ours is as
and
well.
Walker's is
Yeah.
as well.
So both of ours is in our Sunday update. So that email you get every Sunday. Remember, our goal is always not to overwhelm you with multiple calls, because I've been at a friend's houses when there is a message and it's like they go like this, pick it up, click it. So we don't do that, because we don't want to burden you with too many calls, too many emails. So we try to keep it succinct. Oh, another thing that I did want to mention regarding ninth graders. So if you are a rising eighth grader, if your child is playing a sport in the fall, please make sure that you fill out that Google form, because the counselors at Kennedy do need to know if your student is playing sports in the fall. So Lydia sent out a message last night on Parent Square, and their history teachers have also been talking about it this week. So if they are playing a fall sport, it is essential that they fill out that Google form.
Yeah. And the reason for that is we need to know how many students are going to be in our PE class and how many students are going to be playing a sport that qualifies them for an athletic PE class. So it's really for our scheduling purposes that we need to know that information.
Get any questions or? No, it's only for Kennedy,
Only for
because so
Kennedy.
if they're a current eighth grader going into ninth grade and they're planning to play a fall sport, Kennedy does need to know that. Remember, our sports at Walker, the intramural program is all after school, so we don't need to worry about any of that. It's just we want to make sure if your student is going to play a fall sport at Kennedy and they're a current eighth grader, that they do get that athletics period, because we don't want to have them change their schedule after school starts. Okay, so remember, we are on social media, so you can follow us at Wall Vikings and Kennedy as well.
At K High for Life.
So thank you again for being here today. We look forward to seeing you at our end of the year events. We have so many coming up.
Yeah.
And
April and May are no joke.
Come on up.
You got to use the Kennedy one. See? Ooh.
Fancy.
So we need volunteers for the eighth grade activities. It's a great day for our eighth graders. Those of you that have already had eighth graders realize that it's a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of manpower. So we've been having meetings for that. Please check the Sunday memo. We have Sign Up Genius, so you can tell us what you're interested in volunteering for. It does take a village. So I'm asking you to be part of our village, because the kids love it. It's a great day. It's a core memory, and we want to make sure we make the best of it for them so that they can have that core memory, and they won't remember us, but they'll remember the experience. So I
remember my eighth grade day, my last day here at Walker, it rained. They said it never rains on the last day. It downpoured on the last day of school.
It's not going to downpour this year.
It will not, but they always said, oh no, those are just clouds. They're going to go away. And then it just downpoured. So that is a memory I have.
I'm at
here, Walker Junior High.
Yeah.
If you junior high, so they were probably swimming in puddles, standing underneath the rain gutter.
They had us all take a chair, and we're supposed to go and so I have pictures of that too.
So I encourage you, even if you're at Kennedy, if you have a chance to come and volunteer, we need all the hands on decks. I mean, really, let's work together to make that a core memory.
Without volunteers, we can't do as much. So the years we have a ton of volunteers, it makes a huge difference for our students. And we want them to remember good memories.
And even as volunteers, we have a good time, right?
Yeah, we do.
So thank you. I just want to mention that.
Thank you. David, do you have any updates for us? How many followers is your wish?
A live stream queen.
You do live streams?
Can I get a badge?
A blue check mark? Is that so, can we even earn those as a school?
Oh,
well, I think you get 100,000. You get a plaque. We need to dream big. We have 1,000.
55,000. Come on, let's go.
We'll get there.
55,000 more.
We'll get there one day. Yeah, I am carrying this microphone everywhere. Thank you so much, fabrication class. Thank you, Mr. Hoff. Thank you. Okay, have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I love this. I don't know if I have to give